Imagine shelling out £45 for what you hoped would be an unforgettable ride up a majestic mountain, only to end up drenched, fogged in, and miles short of the summit. Now that's a recipe for outrage. But here's where it gets controversial. Is this fair game for a heritage railway, or should modern expectations trump tradition? Let's dive into this heated debate surrounding the Snowdon Mountain Railway, SMR, where a seasoned tour operator's frustration has sparked a wildfire of opinions online. A frustrated tour operator has sworn off ever recommending the famed Snowdon Mountain Railway again, citing a litany of issues that left his clients, and him, fuming. Yet, not everyone's on board with his grievances, with some defending the railway's quirks as part of its timeless charm. Published at 6:30 on October 25, 2025, and updated at 8:10 the same day, this story highlights the clash between heritage authenticity and customer comfort in the world of adventurous travel. Andy Lamb, the brains behind Wales Outdoors, a respected company he's run for 3 decades and which has earned numerous accolades for its guided excursions, was the one sounding the alarm. His outfit often suggests visiting the peak of Yr Wydfa, known to many as Snowdon, via the mountain's distinctive rack and pinion railway, a clever system where toothed wheels on the train mesh with a stationary rack rail to conquer steep inclines. It's an engineering marvel that makes it possible to ascend Wales' highest mountain, and for beginners, think of it like a bike chain gripping a fixed gear to power uphill without slipping. But after a recent outing where the train didn't make it to the top due to gusty winds, Mr. Lamb had had enough. He recalled a similar incident 2 years prior when a group of 30 Dutch travelers missed out on the summit because of a sudden engine malfunction. Wales Outdoors has griped about Snowdon Mountain Railway in the past, he declared angrily. But this is it, we're done recommending them to anyone. The Snowdon Mountain Railway, also called Railford Yr Wydfa, responded by promising to beef up its customer service for weather disruptions. They're also rolling out an IT overhaul to streamline group reservations, messaging, and interactions, aiming for a smoother, more tailored adventure for everyone. And if you're keen on staying in the loop about North Wales happenings, why not join the North Wales Live WhatsApp community for real-time updates? In a detailed letter to the railway, Mr. Lamb laid out his complaints from the latest fiasco. About 45 minutes before dropping off his group in Llanberis, staff assured him the 4 p.m. service was still a go. At the station, though, passengers were warned that high winds might prevent a full ascent. Despite the offer of a full refund, they chose to proceed. Midway through the trip, the crew called it off, halting at a lower point. Drawing on Met Office weather reports, Mr. Lamb argued that by then, the winds were easing, and the earlier 3 p.m. train had successfully reached the summit in even tougher conditions. Why not his clients? To add insult to injury, the partial refund process was a nightmare. The ticket office had shuttered by the time they arrived. But that wasn't all. Mr. Lamb described how rainwater seeped into the carriages, windows fogged up so badly you couldn't see a thing outside, and the driver had to keep mopping his own window with a towel just to navigate the tracks safely. One client even mentioned sitting on a seat with a built-in drain hole designed to funnel away water from leaky windows. "I'm absolutely astonished that some people think this is acceptable," he exclaimed. This setup, plus the decision not to summit, drew heavy criticism online. Commenters emphasized safety above all, noting that trains often pause at spots like Clogwen or the Rocky Valley Station, with its wind speed gauge, to assess if it's safe to push on to the exposed ridge for those stunning vistas. And this is the part most people miss: the railway openly warns that trips hinge on weather conditions. One traveler shared, "I've endured a soggy seat after a foggy trek up the mountain, but I chose to go and loved every moment." When conditions are dicey, they're right to stop at Rocky Valley. It's not an amusement park. Pack for the elements and embrace the rugged beauty. It's a privilege, not a given. Another recounted a perfect weather ascent turning into a downpour so thick at the top you could barely see, yet the descent was filled with fun chatter among fellow passengers from all over. Mr. Lamb countered that winds were actually decreasing, and they saw the 3 p.m. train descending from the summit on the very track his group was barred from ascending. For context, unlike sleek modern trains with airtight windows and doors, these heritage carriages are more open to nature's whims. Some even have drainage holes in the floors to prevent puddles, especially useful on the way down if it's rained at the top and walkers are drenched. For some, this adds to the nostalgic thrill. It's a classic heritage line, one person pointed out. The steamy windows and drains are true to the era, authentic. A woman chimed in, the appeal is that rickety, old-world feel, a plush, heated coach would just feel wrong. A skeptic suggested a simple tissue or arm wipe could fix the fog issue, while another noted the high costs of operating a seasonal mountain railway, better spent on essentials than luxuries like fluffy towels. Spanning 4.7 miles from Llanberis, this railway welcomes over 140,000 riders annually, lured by its vintage vibe and the promise of awe-inspiring scenery. At the summit, it converges with more than 600,000 hikers exploring Hafod Wales' loftiest visitor hub. One fan praised the staff as courteous, supportive, and full of humor, but agreed with Wales Outdoors on needing clearer updates and smoother refunds. To tackle these, SMR is partnering with Venersis, a visitor software expert, to centralize everything from entry tickets and seating to shops, eateries, memberships, and group plans. Online booking will allow reserved spots on both diesel and steam trains, linking up the ticket desk, gift shop, cafe, and center. This data will boost insights for customized experiences, as Venersis explained. Christian Johnson, SMR's general manager, stated, "We sought a flexible, modern system to merge our operations, from sales and merchandising to promotion and analytics, all geared toward enhancing visitor satisfaction." But for Wales Outdoors, with its glowing 5-star feedback for intimate tours and hikes, it's too little, too late. Mr. Lamb, once chair of Brecon Beacons Tourism, is severing ties entirely. "I have zero trust in their leadership," he insisted. Paying £45 for a ride where you're guaranteed to see zilch and get rained on, soaking your seat. Ouch. The railway underscores that passenger and crew safety is paramount. A rep explained, "When winds surpass our rigorous safety limits, we halt summit runs, never an easy call. It might frustrate guests, but safety wins every time." For the latest North Wales news, sign up for our twice-daily newsletter delivered straight to your inbox. We're also fine-tuning our communication and support for weather hiccups, plus investing in carriage upkeep for better comfort, all while delivering secure, joyful journeys to Wales' pinnacle. And here's the big question to ponder. Is the Snowdon Mountain Railway's emphasis on heritage and safety worth the potential discomfort, or should it modernize to meet today's pampered expectations? Could Mr. Lamb's complaints be a wake-up call for change, or are detractors right that it's all part of the adventurous spirit? What do you think? Does tradition trump comfort, or vice versa? Share your takes in the comments below. We'd love to hear if you're Team Heritage or Team Upgrade.